During the late 1990s, I was a pastor in a big inner-city church in Melbourne. As I talked to people in my church, I realized that they were exposed to plenty of teaching resources out there that were somewhat simplistic. They gave people simple instructions about what to believe in, instead of teaching people how to think. As a pastor, I was concerned that an over-reliance on these resources would mean that Christians were not well equipped to face the challenges of our changing world. About 10 years ago, I started working in an aid and development organization. My job was to speak at theological colleges and churches about global poverty. As a result, I had plenty of opportunities to talk to Christians in different church circles. And I began to realize that it was very easy for us to be influenced by our individualistic and materialistic culture. My concern was that unwittingly, Christians were tempted to worship the gods of individualism and materialism. In the meantime, as a bicultural person who has lived in Australia for more than 25 years, I have come to realize that many of us have little understanding of people whose faith and worldview are very different from ours. I was worried that our fear of the unknown has stopped us from fulfilling God's call to care for strangers and be a people of hospitality. In the unit, Paul, the Cross-Shaped Church and its mission, I want to investigate what it means to allow our lives and mission to be shaped by the life, suffering, death, and resurrection of Jesus. You see, I believe that the cross is not only about how we can have a relationship with God. I think the cross also has everything to do with our lives here on earth. In fact, it seems that the Apostle Paul envisioned a church that would be shaped by the cruciform death of Jesus. Since Paul lived in the Roman Empire, he knew a lot about multi-faith and multicultural societies. He knew about people's obsession with wealth and honor, and the human craving for power. He knew what it was like to proclaim the good news of Jesus in a hostile world. Many of the issues that Paul dealt with in his letters are very relevant to us today. In this unit, we will study key passages in Paul's letters, passages that concern the call of the church to be conformed to the crucified Christ. We will explore the concept of participation in Christ and its interrelationships with the mission of the church. We will survey the outworking of the corporate life of the church, which includes hospitality, economic justice, peacemaking, faithful proclamation of the good news, and the embodiment of the justice and the righteousness of God in the world. I look forward to studying these important topics with you.